What's up, guys and gals? Welcome to Morning Roll Call here in the Escapists. I've been looking forward to playing this game again. I go through like rotations of how I record my games, and so, oh my god, my earphones are on strange. I gotta fix them. My ears don't feel right. Okay, my ears feel like it. The maggots do a cell shakedown are as follows. Lee and Sang. If you put those both together, it sounds like a character from Mortal Kombat. Lee Sang. I don't know, it does to me anyway. So we got a bunch of super glue. I haven't played in a couple days, so I really need to figure out like what I have on me right now. Okay, so we have the sturdy cutters, we have the step ladder, but for right now we really don't have to. What did I do? Oh my god, okay, so apparently I was really productive in the previous episode. We're going to continue today then, exploring during all of our free time. We're going to do the best that we can to make sure that we're exploring. Oh, we got to go to breakfast, right? Oh no, we're at roll call, that's right. I'm working on it right now. I'll simultaneously hit me with some guard heat right now, and I don't need any of the heat that they're offering. That does not sound pleasant at all. We're in passive mode, right? Good. Ooh, we have ribs for breakfast. Again, we've had ribs for every single meal that I can... Hey, sit down and eat. There we go. All right. That isn't a head hair. It could be an arm hair. We could really hope that it's not what he thinks it is. All right, so let's talk to people and see what's up. So, Clark, you got stuff... You got talcum powder. You guys had told me that you can sell stuff to prisoners, and I wasn't aware of that, so I may try that out pretty soon. And just kind of like see what happens if I give things to random people. It looks like we're mostly okay right now. I think we've got all the stuff that we're going to need in order to stay productive for the remainder of the day. And so I may actually just like head to work right now, and it should be up in about 15 minutes anyway, so maybe we can get one study period in before we go anywhere else. There we go. Study period, go! Ooh, we need like a bunch of study periods. I'm just gonna let this happen for a little bit. Yep. Rub the books. There we go. Osmosis. Rub the books all over your body. Put your head up against the bookcase. Maybe you'll absorb something. Ah. Now the side of my head smells like applewood. Hooray! Everybody's gonna think they're walking into Applebee's every time I walk by. Ooh, they didn't pick up any of the sheets of metal. Well, fine then. Let's go ahead and get these going. My clicking is going to be somewhat clumsy today because I have my handy-dandy bracer of strength on my arm. That's what I'm calling it now, so that I can feel less goofy. There we go. We'll put that over there. And as I recall, it's 2 loads of 6. I think we have to do 14 in order to be done with our work. And then after that, we should be... No, never mind. We have afternoon roll call. I don't know if I want to crawl up in the vents right now. There we go. So we finished our work. Let's go back over here. I haven't really come up with a real escape plan yet, like something that tangibly could work. As it's hipst. What the hell does hipst mean? I feel like that's an insulting thing, but I don't know. Let's take our step ladder, and actually, how much durability? I think we need a new vent cover, so let's go ahead and scour everybody else's cells right now. That's how I'm going to spend this time. I don't think we have enough time to really get up into the vents and accomplish anything. Ooh, this guy had everything I ever wanted. Toilet paper and super glue. It sounds like a childhood prank's wet dream. That sounds like the kind of thing that would really lead to some mischief if you were like 11 years old. It's leading some mischief right now, and I don't even know how old our character is. That's the plot twist. We're in juvenile hall right now. It's actually just a prison for kids, kicking the Christ out of each other with nunchucks. Okay, so we've got that. The paperclip we don't really need. I may pick up the wire in just a second, though. I may buy some wood from some people, just buy all of the wood up from my fellow inmates that I can and make myself some super awesome nunchucks. I know that we can make a whip, too, with something. I don't remember what. It's like a razor blade. It's a razor blade. Like a bedsheet rope and something else, like a piece of timber or something. I don't know. It should be easy to accumulate, though. I don't think we're really going to have much problem finding the things we need for the whip. I can check my inventory in just a minute and see if we have the things that are going to be required in order to get that done. Let me look at my crafting. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Let's look at my crafting notes for a moment. We have nunchucks, which I know how to make, but the whip was one that I've seen and I've heard people talk about in forums, but I haven't made myself. So let's go through here and see if we can find that anywhere. It looks like we actually don't have the recipe for it. And I know somebody mentioned it in a comment before, but I'm not... My recollection is failing me. My recollection done up and stopped collecting. So we've got... I don't need any of that. Don't need any of that. We'll go through Gavin's desk. Gavin's stuff is now our stuff. Gavin... There we go. So we've got some extra super glue. And right after, I know in the previous episodes I was complaining about super glue not being around. Weirdly enough, it's showing up out of the woodwork now. It's just everywhere. So I guess we got a new shipment into the commissary or something. I'm going to try and future-proof with it as best as I can because I never have enough super glue to get anything done. I'm not going to combine it though and make it into paper mache until I absolutely need it. Let's go ahead and drop that all off. And then we've got our toilet paper.
Alright, we done dropped off the toilet paper. Done dropped off all of our paper mache and all of our contraband now. Let's go back through Scruffy's cell.
Oh, never mind. We're gonna go to midday roll call and make sure that we're not about to get shook down, because we are much like a very small child at the moment in that getting shook down could be quite hazardous to our health. Or at least to our escape plans. Alright, hurry it up, guards. I got stuff to do today. The cretins about to get their cells searched are Ross and Darren. Good, not my problem. Now we get our free time. So I'm gonna finish up searching everybody else's cells before we get to free time. We got like 20 minutes left. A crafting note. Don't mind if I do. Oh, nope, don't want to leave that right there. A lightweight pickaxe. I still don't know how to make the flimsy pickaxe. I think it's got to have something to do with a crowbar. That's all that I know, is it's got to have something vaguely to do with a crowbar. Like maybe a crowbar and a piece of timber and maybe some duct tape or something. Inmate's outfit. Nothing I want over here. We have our afternoon free period, so this might be the time to get up into the vents and make sure that, well, actually figure out where we've got access to by getting into the vents. I don't know if they'll replace all of the slats after we remove all of those, but we've got the entire area covered in blankies, and so I think it's time for us to grab a step ladder. Let's make another vent cover real fast, because I know we're going to need it. Okay, so we've got another vent cover. Let's drop our step ladder right there. We're going to take our shears up with us. We'll take the fake vent cover as well. And let's take that bad boy off of there. We'll climb up into here. And we'll put the fake vent cover behind us. I'm going to try and be efficient about crawling around up here. So that looks like it leads... Let's find out. Go ahead and get rid of these slats. I think we've got plenty of durability left on these cutters. So we should be able to get through here really, really rapidly. It's probably not very efficient to do it this way. I don't know if anybody's actually tabulated out the mathematics for how many shears and things you need, so I can remove that vent, and then we'd be able to get behind the counter over here, but I don't know what's really in there. I'd like to get into the wood shop, maybe. So let's go this way. We're losing 3% each time we cut this stuff. Okay, so that gets us into the bathroom. Not interested in the bathroom at all. That doesn't really do anything for me. Oh, we gotta go back for dinner. Hold on. I'm gonna get these last slats out of the way. Alright, the slats are down. Let's go back and we'll check in for dinner. Put that back in place. We'll pick that up. And let's just go to dinner right now. We'll have evening free time later, so it's not a big deal if we swing on through. They're probably going to tell me to hurry up. Yeah, I'm tired from cutting slacks. I haven't been cutting pants. I've been cutting slats all day. There we are. I've been eliminating all those vent covers. We need to start grabbing some of the extra gear that we're going to need in order to replace the shears that we have right now. And so there's a file, so I'm definitely going to take that. Worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario, is that we can use the file to get through the slats. It's not as efficient, I don't think, as using shears. But, oh, there's a bunch of files for sale. Okay. I don't know if that did anything for me. He said, oh my god, thank you. It only had like 5% left on it anyway, so it wouldn't have gotten us through another slat. Let me go ahead and do my workout here. I don't know what we need to work out, but I'm assuming strength is probably a little bit low. I forgot to look. Just giving all my contraband to other people. We need some duct tape now, but we have no money. I need to start doing some quests and things. So that's probably going to be the outset of the next couple days. We'll probably sit around doing quests and making $300, $400, and then just accumulating the supplies once again to escape. I'm a little bit behind. We're on day 26. I had hoped to escape by now, but unfortunately it's looking like we're just not going to make it. Oop, lost my rhythm here. Oh hell. There we go. That put us back up to max strength. We'll jump into the shower with our file and everything else. Is Lee the one that I already talked to? Okay, we already talked to Lee. We're out of money, though. We've got 2 files. So I think I'm probably just going to try and make... Nobody's got quests for us, huh? Are we unfriendly with everybody or something? No shame here. Well, you should feel shame, sir. We're in prison. We're supposed to feel guilty about all the horrible things we've done, because after all, this is society's revenge against us. Let's see, guard outfits. Okay, so let's go back over here. I don't know if my sock mace is actually... I need to find a better weapon. I'm thinking nunchucks are looking pretty good right now. We have evening free time. We could get back up into the vent, but I think I'm going to lay off of it. I wish we could get paid more. Let me move this real fast. What can I store down here? We'll put the step ladder down here. Go back up. And then I guess I'll just keep contraband on my desk for right now. It's not a wise idea. Did I put the vent back in over there? Alright, it looks like I put the vent back in over there. Alright, that looks okay. So what should I be working towards right now? I don't think we looted everybody, but do we have any quests? Oh, we do. Alright, so we need a flashlight. I'm gonna ditch that. Officer Caleb, I'm not gonna do that. A poster for Gavin. We need the duct tape for ourselves. I'm just going to clear all these out. Maybe that's why I don't remember doing any of these anyways, so I think I'm just going to clear them all out, and we'll get ourselves some fresh quests. I don't know if that makes people grumpy with me canceling out quests, but whatever. Look out for a flashlight. Nah. Not interested in a flashlight. Typically, I don't think I've ever looted a flashlight from anywhere. I've had to buy every single flashlight that I've ever found, so that's going to be the main reason right there, is I mostly just want to get flat cash for things that I could do either way. Basically, I want to do jobs that aren't going to cost me money in any sense. And I'm not trying to be punny right there. That was totally accidental along the way. Now, you had all said that these doors are color-coded by the key, so if I have the green key, it'll get me through the green door. If I have the red key, it'll get me through the red door. That's actually pretty helpful. So I'll try and keep that in mind for later. I don't know what this is going to do. I think getting into here is going to be my first play. If I can get into the wood shop, that'll give me an endless supply of timber. I might have to make a number of fake vents, but I do have enough paper mache to make it worthwhile. I'd also like to see if conceivably... I don't think the ventilation system's going to run into any of these areas, though, so I think it's probably going to limit us to things that are attached to the main building over here. Getting into the kitchen sounds kind of interesting. I don't know what we'd be able to, like, find in there. Or getting into the storage closet sounds really good, too, because we might be able to get some tools and things from there to hasten our journey out of this place. It may be worthwhile to start picking fights with some of the guards as well. Let me buff up my intelligence for right now. My intelligence is looking really slack, and I think we've only got about 30 minutes until we have to go to evening roll call anyways. So we're going to get maybe 3 or 4 of these in before we have to be somewhere else. Oh no, 2200 is going to be evening roll call then. No? There it is. Okay, I was going to say, did I call it wrong? And that put me... we're doing alright. We're not there yet, but we're getting closer. Back on up to see what Bo's got to say about face forward. Okay, let's get another quest from Marshall. Find me a lighter. Yeah, that's easy. William and Raphael are getting shook down. I almost missed it right there. It's been a little while, so I'm breaking my own rules again. Whoever broke into the utility shed is finished. Obviously not, because you didn't catch him. And while we're on the subject, I'll erase that look in your eyes. That has nothing to do with the storage closet. Like, there is no tangible segue between somebody raiding the storage closet and erasing a look off somebody else's face. Sang wants a file from Darren. Okay, that sounds alright. If zero toleration for you maggots. That's because maggots get into everything. Maybe if you picked a better animal to anthropomorphize us with. There we go. I don't say that word very often, so it's difficult for me to enunciate. I don't have a lot of practice. I have that muscle memory in my tongue telling me what to do. Anthropomorphize us with a better animal. Maybe you would be able to tolerate us better. Did you ever think about that? You ever flip that judgmental pendulum around and maybe put it in your direction, to quote Clerks? Alright, let's go ahead and sleep till morning. We got stuff to do. We got things. It looks like we're wearing floaties when we're in bed, just based on the way that based on the way that the pixels are arranged. I don't know if our bed is. It's a water bed. We need floaties just in case it pops so that we don't drown. And who was it? It was Gavin that was on the hook right now. So, oh, Darren was on the hook, and then we need to find a lighter. Okay, Darren and a lighter. Let's see. They took his toilet paper. All right, so. You can reasonably assume his anal cleanliness right now is probably subpar. The lucky winners of the shakedowns are Clark and Gavin. Let's find Darren's room. So we got William, Xavier, Marshall, Isaac, Lee, Gavin. We need Darren. He's not going to come in here, is he? I'm already here. Come on. I'm trying to do quests right now. Leave me alone, guards. Haven't you ever had a quest, a goal in your life? There we go, Darren's desk. And I'll search this real fast. And so obviously Darren is carrying it around with him. So we're gonna have to jump Darren at some point. That's fine. And then the other one was a lighter, and we'll find that at some other point of the day. Grab the final remaining rib. Get our hunger sated. Talk to Brett. Oh, I kicked him out of his seat like a douche. Darren got his grubby paws on my pack of mints. Okay, so we'll go get that real fast. Oh wow, there are guards everywhere. I think I saw a guard go back down here. Yep. Alright, so let's sneak back to Darren's place. Dum 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 dum. Darren. There it is. And we're gonna get his mints. Either that or we're gonna get a double whammy when we beat up Darren. Okay, so we're gonna get a double whammy when we beat up Darren. Let's go to work then. Darren's gonna get double jumped today. Sayings file from Darren and pack of mints from Darren. So yeah, Darren is definitely pissing off a lot of people today, and so we're gonna handle that job with subpar proficiency, probably like a C- maybe. That's about as much effort as I'm gonna put into it, to be honest. Prison life is hard. It drains your will to live out of you. There we are. Now, I would wonder, do they stamp these out blank, and then later on they stamp the actual numbers in them, or do they stamp the random numbers into them, and then they know that they have the numbers on file with like an RFID, and then they just assign it from the DMV based on the plates that they have on hand? I wonder how this whole thing works. I bet we're stamping blanks, and then later on they actually stamp the numbers into them or something. I don't know if that's the truth, but let's find our way to Darren. What does Darren look like? That's Hans. I don't even know what Darren looks like, so... Gavin, Officer Matt, Ross, Xavier, new, Darren. So that's what Darren looks like. Maybe he'll turn into a cell. He's going outside. So we're gonna have to wait for him. Let's go ahead and we'll jump on an exercise machine for a little bit because I know our speed has been lacking. In fact, it's quite low. Let's go ahead and ramp that on up. And we'll just wait. This is probably, my doctor would be really upset at me right now for this. If you aren't aware of my carpal tunnel's been flaring up super badly the last like week or so. And so, it's the unfortunate circumstance of playing video games like all day, every day. It appears to have caused me all kinds of wounds and problems. Alright, so that's probably okay. Let's find Darren. Oh, Darren's leaving himself exposed. Get whooped. Alright, making a little bit of extra cash. Darren's not going to be happy with the fact that we just whooped the ever-loving Christ out of him, but it's okay. Sometimes you got to whoop somebody. It's prison. Sometimes somebody gets beat. And so I think Raphael is next. We still need to find a lighter, too. Brad wants sleeping pills. Xavier and Darren are getting shook down. I missed it. Don't really want that quest either. What do you fine gents have for me? Another file. I'll take the extra file. Sleeping pills. I need duct tape, actually. Nobody's got duct tape right now, though, so we're just going to have to sit on it and wait. It's a great way to defur your ass, too. Sit on duct tape. And no. Jaden, and no. I don't want to beat up any guards. That's always a risky proposition because you can get run off a roll call and just all kinds of bad stuff can happen if you piss off a guard. So now we've got a little bit of time, and we've got to find ourselves some duct tape. That's really the only thing that matters right now. Trust no on. That means that if you walk into a room and you see that any of the lights are on, just watch out for it. Let's spend the rest of the day shaking down other prisoners' cells for the things that we might need. We'll find a lighter. Maybe we'll find duct tape. I doubt it, but it might happen. You find contraband every now and again in their desks, but it seems to be kind of rare. I'm willing to bet it's probably like a loot table that you've got to worry about. So we've got the lighter. No more having to worry about that. I should probably actually stock up on a couple of lighters because we are going to be melting down putty pretty soon. I'm going to try and accumulate a few more keys. I don't know which ones I have and which ones I don't have. I think the plunger resets the cooldown on your toilet, so taking one of those might be a good plan too. Who was it that needed? It was... Ah, Marshall needed the lighter, and Marshall just walked by over here. Marshall! We'll give him the lighter. There it is. And what does this guy want? He wants me to beat up some guards. Nope. Sorry, that quest has just not worked out for me very well over the course of the last couple days. Like, the early part of the game, I was beating up guards all the time, but it just seems to be a really, really bad plan for us. Alright, so our desk is good right there. Let's continue shaking down the remainder. Oh, let's beat up Raphael too while we're over here. Hopefully no guards show up. Wow, Raphael's kind of weak. He's got a mop? What do you use a mop for? Alright, so we got Gavin's toilet paper. Let's swing through the prison cells staff and see what we can find for ourselves here. A flashlight, another file. I don't know how much it's going to use for the files to get through all of the slats, so I might just use the files to do it. Just carry like 5 files with us up into the... I don't know what's more efficient. I don't know if anybody's tabulated it out, so maybe I'll do it and we'll do the math on it and see what's more efficient. There's some foil right there. I don't have enough for the extra file. I think... Man, let's just sit tight with what we have for right now. It's also worth noting that we might be able to get in through the ventilation in some of the other buildings. Are we maxed out right now? No, we're not maxed out. So we've got dinner. That'll get some of our fatigue away. We are carrying a lot of contraband right now to the point where I'm thinking about stashing it all up and... Ooh, we could get sheet metal and stuff too right now. Did I leave my shovel down below? Let me take a look here. Oop. I'm on the wrong cell block. God, just my brain is not functioning today. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but what are you going to do about it? No, stop sitting down and like doing things at dinner. Stop. Find me a razor blade. Okay, that's pretty easy. What does Brad have? Whatever. So you only have to go fast. I don't know if people have noticed this, but you only have to go fast when you're trying to accelerate. If you're trying to maintain your speed, you can slow down a little bit on the treadmill. I don't know if that's something that anybody's noticed as of right now. So if you're having trouble with this minigame, you only have to go fast for about 2 seconds. And then after that, you can slow down pretty considerably without losing any of your distance. And that actually mirrors real life. It takes you a lot more calories to accelerate during a run than it takes you to maintain your speed. That's why doing sprints with cooldowns are actually the best way to burn calories if you're trying to lose weight. You should do sprints for a little while and then take breaks in between so that you're constantly accelerating, decelerating your heart rate. It's just like a car. It uses up a lot more fuel to get it moving than it does to maintain speed. I think that probably is more than enough in our workout schedule. Let's spend our social time in the shower getting to know everybody here. I mean, I've pretty much memorized every nook and cranny of everybody's body in here, so it's not even awkward anymore. It's pretty much standard business. He's got duct tape, and I need duct tape badly. We also need sheet metal. And so I'm thinking... I want to take an inventory of what I have tonight. A bottle of sleeping pills, which you have sleeping problems. Everybody wants sleeping pills. Probably distilling that shit down, making... Well, I don't know. Honestly, you can't do a whole lot with like diphenhydramine. Even if you distill it down, it's going to be like really, really unpleasant. It's going to be kind of a lucid... I don't want to talk about it right now. Either way, whatever sleeping pills they're using, it's probably not going to work the way that they think it will. But then again, maybe they're using it for its intended consequence. Alright, so we're in evening free time right now. I think this is the time that I want to take stock on the things that I have available to me for shovels and things of that nature. So let me jump down in here. See, I've got a sturdy shovel, so it may be worth it to dig for a little while. I wish I could cover this up without having to risk getting myself into trouble here. Okay, so here comes a guard. I don't know if they can... I've seen the guards see through this little door right here before, so it always makes me nervous to leave this uncovered while I'm down here. But we'll dig for a little bit. How much durability does it have on it? Oh, a lot. Okay. Oh, I thought that was me getting caught. That made me super nervous. I wish there was a way for me to observe where guards are while I was down below. That's one of the reasons why I've been sticking to the ventilation system, is because it's just like safer, because I can keep an eye on people. We've also got dirt that we've got to flush here. It might be worth it to dig at night. Let me get my step ladder out. Oh, I left my step ladder down below. Hold on. We'll drop that over here. Got a bunch of wood up there, so that's okay. We've got some duct tape already. Well, then let's just go ahead and make ourselves some new shears, since we already have the parts available. And we'll go... Just got the shears, and then we need another thing of duct tape in order to make this work. Let me grab the other vent cover, because this one's going to be no bueno after we take it off a couple more times. Drop that in there. We'll grab our duct tape, and we will craft by the light of the ventilation system. We've got a purple key, we got the entrance key, and we've got the staff key. The staff key can get us a whole lot of interesting places. Let's make our move around and see if we can get anywhere down here. I mean, we've only got a couple minutes left, so we're probably not going to be able to accomplish much in the ventilation system right now. So the best we can do is we can get into Midday. And that's about all. I just said that like it was a sci-fi movie. Wait, did they replace some of these slats? No, I went around that way. That's right, I was inefficient about it. I forgot about that. So let's put the fake vent cover back. We need to go to roll call like right now. Okay, so cell search is going to be Ross and Marshall, as long as it's not me. Find me a file and I'll make it worth your while. Now those are too expensive, man. My parole was rejected thanks to Officer Nick. Nope. Find me dice. Yeah, I can do dice. Kind of a dicey quest, but you know what? I love dice, so it'll be fine. Be a problem and I'll eject your teeth. God. Although eject makes it sound like you're going to install some motorized device in my mouth that'll make things shoot out of my mouth. It doesn't sound as terrifying as just being like, I will knock the teeth out your mouth, son. We should make nunchucks. We have wire, and I have wood upstairs, so maybe I'll make nunchucks. But this is the end of our episode. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for another episode of The Escapists. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care out there, everybody, and hi-do.